Freeze. Whatever you're worrying about, pause it. In the next 90 seconds, I'm going to push one button in your brain that slices anxious thoughts by 55%. No journaling, no yoga mat, just science. Ready? 23 open tabs, 0 sentences written. My heart beat like a kick drum. Shoulders climbed to my ears. Last winter, I sat in a crowded cafe, laptop open, coffee cold. My cursor blinked on an empty page, while my brain replayed a loop. What if this idea flops? What will people think? 20 seconds later, my mind settled. Words finally spilled onto the screen. Then an elderly barista slid over and whispered, "Kid, breathe like you're smelling soup, cooling soup." I laughed, but followed her cue. Slow inhale like sniffing, long exhale like blowing. That tiny moment sent me digging into brain research. And what I found flips the overthinking switch faster than any productivity hack you've tried. It floods your system with cortisol, chaining thoughts into worst-case scenario loops that feel logical, but are actually just biochemical panic. Here's what your brain is actually doing when you overthink, and why one specific breathing pattern can break the cycle in under 2 minutes. UCLA brain scans show that sympathetic nervous system arousal peaks and can completely reset. Within 75 to 90 seconds, when the vagus nerve is properly activated, miss that window, and the chemical storm spirals into hours of mental loops. Your overthinking isn't a character flaw. It's your brain running for specific programs that weren't designed for modern life. This is your secret weapon. But most people don't know how to use it. When you extend your exhale for exactly 90 seconds, it sends a signal to your amygdala. Threat over. Cortisol drops, DMN quiets, and your prefrontal cortex, logic headquarters, comes back online. First, the default mode network. Your brain's screensaver that activates when you're not focused on something specific. But instead of showing pretty pictures, it replays every embarrassing moment from 3rd grade and projects catastrophic futures that will probably never happen. Like you're gently cooling that soup without blowing it everywhere. Anywhere your brain starts spinning scenarios instead of solving problems, when the DMN lights up, creativity and decision-making speed drop by 40%. That's your overthinking brain trying to convince you that your problems are too complex for something this simple. Do it anyway. Your nervous system doesn't care what you think about the technique. It only responds to what you do. If you have a heart rate monitor app, you'll see a visible dip by the 5th breath. Second, the amygdala alarm system, your brain's smoke detector that can't tell the difference between a saber-toothed tiger and a work deadline. The vagus nerve, a superhighway running from your brainstem to your heart, lungs, and gut. Your brain will only trust this system if you prove it works. Spend 10 minutes reviewing what you parked, then decide what actually needs action versus what was just anxiety noise. Your brain stops using precious working memory to hold on to the thought, because it trusts the external system to remember it. Why 90 seconds? Your overthinking isn't a personality trait. It's a hijacked, biological system running Stone Age software on Space Age problems. Not a paragraph. Not a detailed analysis. 1 sentence. Open a document. Sketch a rough outline. Draft an email subject line. Organize one corner of your desk. Tool 1. The 90-second vagus reset. You're training your brain to associate the feeling of being stuck with the habit of moving forward. Even in microscopic ways. Here's the exact protocol that broke my cafe paralysis. Step 1. Sit upright, feet flat on the floor. Don't slouch. Your vagus nerve responds better when your spine is aligned. Each small action creates a neurological breadcrumb trail that makes the next action easier. Momentum compounds is step 2. Inhale through your nose for exactly 4 counts. Imagine you're smelling hot soup. That's the perfect breath, depth, and speed. Step 3. Purse your lips like you're about to whistle. Then exhale for 7 counts. Step 4. Repeat for 10 to 12 breaths. That's approximately 90 seconds. What's happening in your brain? Heart rate variability increases, alpha waves climb, and the mental chatter volume drops. When to use this? Right before presentations, study sessions, difficult conversations, or bed. The first time you try this, you might feel skeptical. Tool 2. The thought parking system. Keep a pocket-sized card or note on your phone titled, later lot. Whenever a nagging thought intrudes, that email you forgot to send, the conversation you need to have, the project deadline lurking in your subconscious, write down exactly one sentence and tell your brain, I'll pick you up at 7 p.m. Why this works. MIT research shows that even writing a worry down once cuts rumination by 37%. The crucial part, actually return to your later lot at the scheduled time. Pair this with the 90-second reset to stop the rebound effect. That moment when your brain tries to pull the worry back into active rotation. Tool 3, the 3-meter action rule. When you're stuck in analysis paralysis, your brain is burning glucose in emotional circuits instead of motor circuits. Break the pattern with micro-movement. Look around you right now. Pick one action you can complete within 3 meters of where you're sitting. In under 2 minutes, that moves any task forward. Count down 3 to 1. Take one deep exhale, then move. The neuroscience. This micro-commitment shifts blood flow from your emotional limbic system to your motor cortex. You're literally rewiring momentum instead of loops. Track your wins. Keep a running list of these 3-meter victories in your notes app. It's a psychological trick. You're not trying to solve the big problem. Most people wait for motivation to take action. Smart people take action to create motivation. The uncomfortable truth about overthinking. Here's what nobody tells you about overthinking. It feels productive. But it's actually the opposite of problem solving. Your brain tricks you into believing that more analysis equals better decisions. But overthinking is just anxiety wearing a disguise. Real problem solving has forward momentum. Overthinking moves in circles. Overthinking gathers information forever and never chooses. Overthinking creates elaborate scenarios that never get implemented. When your nervous system settles, you can finally tell the difference between productive thinking and anxious spinning. Real decision-making gathers information then chooses. Real planning creates actionable steps. The 90-second reset doesn't just calm you down. It breaks the illusion that overthinking is helpful. Your brain's hidden switch, you're building a neural pathway that says, when thoughts spiral, breathe deep and step forward. Not because your problems disappear, but because your brain learns there are more effective ways to solve them than spinning in worry loops. Every time you catch yourself in an overthinking loop and use the 90-second reset, you're training your brain that there's another option. You're interrupting patterns that have been running automatically for years. But neuroplasticity is real. Your brain physically rewires based on what you repeatedly do. The first few times feel clunky and artificial. That's normal. Subscribe for weekly brain-based techniques that turn anxiety into action. After 2 weeks of consistent practice, the reset becomes automatic. After a month, overthinking loses its grip entirely. Hit the 90-second switch, park the noise, step forward. You can close this video and go back to the mental loops that brought you here. Or you can try the 90-second reset before you do anything else. The choice point right now. You're at a choice point. Your overthinking brain will try to convince you that your problems are too complex for something this simple. That's exactly why you need to try it. Overthinking isn't a personality trait. It's a reversible brain pattern. Breathe, then build. Try the 90-second reset right now, then comment, I'm in. Once you feel the mental chatter drop,